California just handed AI access to every state agency in a deal that makes it the largest government AI deployment in U.S. history. And it's already being used on Medicaid cases, state security audits, and decisions that affect millions of people. So what could actually go wrong here? This isn't some small pilot program or a test run with a handful of agencies. We're talking about OpenAI's technology integrated across the entire California state government. That means the Department of Health, the Department of Social Services, Child Protective Services, and dozens of other agencies now have AI making or assisting in decisions that directly impact real people's lives. And honestly, most people have no idea this is happening. Let me break down exactly what California did and why this matters so much. Back in 2024, California struck a partnership with OpenAI that's being called the most significant government AI deployment in United States history. The state spent around $1 billion to essentially give every major state agency access to AI tools for everything from document analysis to code security reviews. Now, on the surface, this sounds efficient. AI can process paperwork faster than humans, spot vulnerabilities in security systems, and potentially save taxpayers money. But here's what caught everyone's attention. These systems are already being used on actual cases: Medicaid eligibility reviews, benefits determinations, child welfare assessments. Real decisions affecting real families are now being informed or made by AI systems. And the kicker? Most people didn't know about it until recently. The deployment happened quietly, rolled out incrementally across agencies without massive public announcements. So let's talk about what's actually happening under the hood, because this is where it gets complicated. First, there's the accuracy problem. AI systems trained on historical data can perpetuate existing biases in that data. If the historical data shows certain communities being denied benefits at higher rates, the AI might learn to replicate those patterns. In a state like California with over 39 million people, even a 1% error rate means tens of thousands of people getting wrong decisions. We're not just talking about inconvenience here. We're talking about families denied housing assistance, children's welfare cases flagged incorrectly, or healthcare determinations made by a system that might not understand context the way a human caseworker would. Second is the transparency issue. How does an AI system make decisions? It's called the black box problem. A human caseworker can explain their reasoning. A parent can understand why their case was denied. But with AI, even the engineers who built the system can't always explain exactly why it made a particular decision. That's a massive problem when people's lives depend on understanding the reasoning. Third, there's the security angle.
If California's entire state government is connected through centralized AI systems, that's a pretty attractive target for hackers and foreign adversaries. One breach could potentially give someone access to sensitive data across multiple state agencies. Medical records, social security numbers, child welfare files, all potentially in one place, all potentially at risk. Fourth is the labor impact. Some agencies are already using AI to review documents and flag issues that human workers then investigate. Sounds good, right? More efficiency? But what happens to those state workers? Some of them may lose jobs. Others might be shifted to lower-skill tasks. And if the AI gets something wrong, that human worker might not catch it because they're now just spot-checking instead of doing the actual analysis. Now, here's the part that should concern everyone. There's limited public oversight of how this is actually working. California didn't pass new laws specifically governing this AI deployment. There's no independent audit publicly tracking error rates, bias incidents, or security incidents. The state basically signed a deal with OpenAI and said, trust us to implement this responsibly. But it's not like this deployment came out of nowhere. Other states and federal agencies have been experimenting with AI for years. The difference is scale. California went all in, full deployment across the entire government infrastructure. That makes any problems way bigger and way faster to spread. Here's the thing, though. AI in government administration isn't inherently bad. It could genuinely help process paperwork faster, spot patterns humans miss, and make services more efficient. But that only works if there's transparency, oversight, and accountability built in from day one. And right now, it's not clear that's happening. The real question is this. Should a government deploy AI at this scale without passing new laws first to govern how it's used, how it's audited, and what happens when it goes wrong? Should people be able to appeal an AI decision and get a human explanation? Should there be mandatory bias testing before the system makes decisions about benefits or child welfare? Should the state publish error rates publicly?
California's AI deployment is a case study happening in real time right now. It's the thing people will either point to as the moment government got smarter and more efficient, or the moment they realized we let it move too fast without guardrails. If you want to stay ahead of everything trending in tech policy and government, hit subscribe and tap the bell so you never miss what's next. Drop your thoughts in the comments. We read every single one. What's your take on this? Is government AI a good idea if it's done right, or is it just too risky?